So this is just going to be a really quick introduction to the pronoun system in Cornish, looking at the personal pronouns, infix, prefix, suffix. It's just for fun, don't take it too seriously. The pronunciation is a little off sometimes, but I just thought I'd make it as a quick update so you have some idea, including the tables that I put in it, about about how the personal pronoun system in Cornish functions. Hope you enjoy the presentation. Welcome to the possessive pronoun system in Cornish. This is going to be a short run through of a presentation I gave to illustrate some of the infixed pronoun system that exists in the Cornish language. So, what is the Cornish language? Well, you see from this diagram, it's in one of the Brythonic Celtic languages. It also occurs, it did occur in most of Western Britain. Other Brythonic languages include Welsh and also Breton, which is in the northwest of what we might call currently the Republic of France. Technically the extinct, or to the point revived for academic purposes, the Galician language as well, you might put in that group. I will demonstrate this now by showing that unfortunately, like Galician, Cornish almost disappeared. This is a map that I can't, if I remember exactly the source of it, that demonstrates how the language progressively moved further westwards. Of course, it's hypothetical. There would be patches in this rather than waves, but it slowly moved until it was encapsulated right in the Land's End Peninsula around Penzance, until what was recorded to be the last speaker was around the 1800s, I suppose we should say. Whether this was actually true or not is still disputed. However, it was revived, and I will talk to you a little bit how the revived system of Cornish and its pronoun system, partly for the interest being it's significantly different to English. So, how does the English pronoun structure vary compared to Cornish? Let's take a look. So, for example, if we said the phrase, really simple, my cat, you've got the possessive pronoun my and then the noun cat. Well, in Cornish, it's not quite the same. You have a prefix pronoun, you can have a suffixed pronoun as well, and you can have an infixed pronoun, all related to this sentence. So you've got three pronoun categories. So, let's look at the prefixed. Excuse me. So there you go. On the right hand side I have the English, on the left hand side I have the Cornish. And it gets more complicated because you not only have prefixed, you have two types of infixed pronouns. You should have the suffixed, but the suffix pronouns have different moods and tenses. You can have a double emphatic suffix pronoun or just a double emphatic stressed pronoun as well. So when you get down to it, there's at least 6 types sometimes, depending on what the pronoun is in Cornish. I'll give some examples on the next slide. So this is a table. This is a pronoun table of Cornish. Again, you can see left hand side says prefixed, then we've got some infixed, and then we've got so obviously possessive pronoun is different to object pronouns in Cornish as well, so that's the change there. You have suffix pronouns, and then you have the exclamative form, and then I've given the English possessive there as well. So you can see it can be significantly more tricky in Cornish. You can see I'll pick out an example to make it apparent. So second row from the bottom, you can see agus, which is the Cornish for your. It drops quite often. You'll see the marker to show that the initial vowel has been dropped. So in the infix pronoun is gus, then infix object is gus, or sometimes can be an s as well, leaving the end. Infix object you can see quite often just drops off to the last letter. Suffix form of agus is hui. When it's exclamative, it's doubled, so hui huai, and that's it. You can see a similar pattern if you go across the rows. Sometimes you'll get a doubling, so for her it's he, and in its suffix form then he hi, and I'll go more to this into the next slide, but hopefully you can pick out some of the patterns. So here's a simple example of what I've just been talking about. English, her dog, possessive pronoun, noun. Cornish, he hi, prefix, So you've got a prefix and then you've got the noun. So the Cornish word for dog is kai in West Cornish, or ki in Standard Cornish. We also have mutations in Cornish, so the initial letter actually changes. It changes state. So what would have been initially he kai, because it's got a K as initial letter for the word dog, it becomes he hi. So that's just a prefix and a noun. What happens if we add a bit more? So if we add prefix, noun, suffix, it's he hi he. You may be seeing where I'm going with this as a fun onomatopoeic example. So what happens now if we have a prefix noun and suffix noun and we push it one step further? How about a prefix, a noun, and a double emphatic suffix? He hi he he. And if you really want to push it out, and I guess these are more ways to be written to add emphasis rather than actually using actual speech, but if you wanted to add prefix, noun, double emphatic stressed suffix, it would be he hi he hi he. See, I've struggled as well, just to make it even more complicated. So if you want to try this, you can use the pronoun table I gave you in the slides to and pick out any kind of various noun that you want to make an exercise for yourself. I've given you a few examples where for dog is kai, because I'm using West Cornish, cat, kath, mum, mam, house, chi, or chai in West Cornish, job, ober, hut, colon. And again I put some of the mutations in. So the last line there says it would be he for prefix for her, and colon, heart, mutates again from the C to a H, and then you've got the suffix pronoun again he, so he holon he would be her heart. Obviously adding the suffix, it gives it a bit more stress if you like. Let's do one more. So their cat, aga, the prefixed suffix, the prefix pronoun for there, and the suffix form is e, and the form of cat is kath, so it becomes aga kathi. There you go, just to give you a quick example. So why does it matter? Different languages and speakers place emphasis in different ways. The grammar basically in Cornish is gives you more flexibility to give a different stress pattern than in English, and you've got all these different emphatic, double emphatic, exclamative tenses, and when it's infixed as well it changes the meaning slightly, so you've got a lot of wriggle room to reorder your sentences to add different emphasis on what you're saying. Okay, so equally I would say that how tone is different, works in tone is Cornish. So you've got the rhythm of the language, but you're really emphasizing stress not by volume like you might use in English, but more the grammar of how you order your sentences. So the stress is indicated by how you've arranged your pronouns, and that and that gives you more of an indication of where you're putting an emphasis in your sentences. If you're interested in this, you can find out more information at magikerno.org.uk, which has a dictionary. Also, there is another website just called cornishdictionary.org.uk. You can pick up some words, make your own sentences, and have some fun. Thanks for your time.